to be like under or
All right.
about to be.
Sounds good.
All right, let me get it. All right, we should be live now. Let me make sure it looks good. All right, we'll wait for some of the people to get in here. Apologies for the delays.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's all good. I can myself after a couple second delay. Yeah, I think it's all good. Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
All good. Let's do it.
All right. Wait. All right. Welcome to the 5th episode of the Pop Report. This is a podcast or a live video podcast where my brother and I like to talk about sports cards and sports, and all by my bro Alex. Alex, say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? How we doing?
And we got some topics. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I will. All right, yeah, we can just go ahead and get started. All right, so first topic that we'll cover is Alex, you have been having some luck. Talk a little bit about that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, I've just been sticking with my normal system of trying to pick up a few blaster boxes or packs on Fridays at Target and opening some of them. So that's pretty much where I got all the wax that I've been opening. And I just, after I feel like a couple of months of mostly bad luck, finally twice within a couple of weeks. So first big hit was in Panini Select Football. So that was one we were really excited to get into since it was the first retail release. And in our first blaster box opening, we opened a Joe Burrow silver field level. So it wasn't numbered or an autograph, but other than that, one of the best cards in the Select
that's got to be like the
series.
best non-numbered card or something.
Yeah, I think so too. And it was really exciting. There's a YouTube video on it. If you go back into Drew Sports and Cards, that's some of the old videos. You can watch the video at Joe Burrow. And it's a pretty nice card. There is a very small print, which makes me think that it's probably like a PA along those lines, but nonetheless hyped. And I feel like at that time we needed it. We'd been having a lot of like bad with
failure
opening like Panini Prizm and some other decently like high level products we were kind of missing on. So that one, and then
that was insane.
The second big hit I would say was even more unexpected. Got that out of a Panini Prizm basketball cello pack, and we'd been opening Panini Prizm. We'd probably opened about 3 or 4 blasters, and I think we got like Halliburton, maybe a White or something, but no LaMelo, no good color variations of rookies, and we were kind of starting to trash Panini Prizm as far as opening and like the luck that you boxes. But then wanted to give it one more chance, opened a cello pack, and in that cello pack, which I believe only has 15 cards, I not only got a base LaMelo Ball, which is kind of like the big base card that we were searching for, but we all redemption, and that wore a LaMelo Ball rookie autograph. I think it was like pen prisms, and it was a silver variation.
Yeah.
So pretty huge. It's gonna take a while before we see that card. We just did the redemption, but I gotta think that's gotta be one of the biggest cards in the set.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the comment section of that video, people were saying, you seem so like, were you trying to keep it professional, or like, what was your vibe when you pulled that card?
So I was just like by myself in the apartment, like middle of the day, like probably around like 11 in the morning. So, like I was more in like
your long morning.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, all right, let me just open this pack up. I'm gonna do a video because it was just for a cello pack, and I think you said like just in case, get it on video, huge, and thank goodness I did. But I would say I wasn't like prepared to like go crazy. I guess like, here by myself, etc. And I feel like in my own way, I did. I probably never really go that crazy, but I was more in shock. Like it didn't really hit me like of it until after like bragging about it afterwards and texting. Yeah.
Like I told you that LaMelo was a redemption. Like when you had seen that it was like a redemption, did you know, or was it kind of like?
I mean, I had a feeling, like I pretty instantly knew it was a redemption, and I went to like, like when the Breakers get a redemption, I go like line, and I instantly,
and then you turned it.
It was like, oh, like how do I set it up so I can like a little bit, and I kind of do it a little too fast, and like I saw the LaMelo ball like pretty quickly, but yeah, I big because it was a redemption, but I was like, the chances of it being a LaMelo autograph still seem.
Fact.
Yeah.
Do you think like opening that from a cello pack? Are you still like? Because I remember you used to, or like you would say that like the bigger the box, but if it's like a small pack, like do you think maybe it's a little bit more fire than like a mega box or blaster box? Are you?
I don't know, because I feel like, I mean, if
you did get
if you were to look strictly at the numbers and the odds, you have a way better chance of like better cards the more cards that you open, right?
True.
But I don't know. We've had some good luck with things like hangers and cellos, etc. But yeah, I don't know. If I was in store, I'd still pick up the biggest find probably, but it just shows that you can get fire from hidden places.
Prizm is when I got John Morant out of a cello, and so I'm thinking, and the Prizm blaster boxes suck. Like the Prizm blaster box, I opened like 4 of those, bro, and they all were like trash. And you know what? It's the
have almost his base.
Yeah.
Probably, but then they count it as a hit, so you can bet that there won't be any other fire in the box. The thing is with the pack, it's like you could have got almost as like conservative option where you'll at least get a few rookies, you'll at least get a few pieces of color. And the cello might be the more high risk, high reward, because you could literally get maybe one rookie, one color, or you could hit it like we hit. So check out if you haven't. That video is pretty sick. Yeah.
Facts. Let's see what we got next to talk about. Okay. The big topic that like everyone in the sports card community is talking about is Target is not going to be selling sports cards in store anymore. We go card hunt, especially with the 8 a.m. Drops on Fridays, and so this is going to be kind of weird. Like apparently it's only temporary. I've watched some interviews with like said it's only temporary, and what are your thoughts?
So initially when I started hearing about it, I was like, I didn't believe because Target working like to make the system better. So I was surprised that they were gonna just like shut things down. And so I had to go to my Target to see it for myself. And for those of you in Pasadena, California, there is has the signing tomorrow, 5/14. They're temporarily not going to be doing MLB, NFL, NBA, or Pokemon cards. So to note, I know there's a couple highly sought after cards like UFC, Prizm, etc. that fall under those soccer and things like that might still have a presence in Target. But overall, I'm a little bit sad because I have a morning system where I was at least able to get, a couple pieces of so I'm hoping that they bring that back. I'm skeptical about to online only. I know Target has a pretty decent online system, but I feel like it's going to really follow the trend world, and that concerns me a little bit. I was interested listening to that interview, and if you guys don't listen to Sports Card podcast that they have on Spotify, it's the vice president of Panini, and he mentioned like something that happened in Wisconsin outside of a Target where somebody got in early, got trading cards, and then was like assaulted in the parking lot. Some issues with license to carry, so needed to shut things down while together, kind of. So hopefully it's just like a temporary pause and they refigure out a system. Sounds like it's really in Target, and so we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, we got a couple key cards. UFC and not like apparently they're still gonna hold UFC cards, and UFC Prizm just came out, so it's possible that people still go to has a lot of hype right now. And then I think they're holding a couple of boxes, so when they do sell sports cards, everyone will walk away with something. It's possible. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that they'll still like send back their inventory to like the warehouses so that they could release it online. I don't know if that's true, but there is the VP of Panini sales just did an interview within the last hour, Alex, and I have a card hunting Woj bomb to drop. Card hunting.
Let's go. Woj bomb.
On Twitter, like hours and stuff like that. He said, come September, we'll see an increase in retail pricing. So what does that mean? If you think about it, I kind of think some boxes and stuff are kind of underpriced, like $20 for a blaster. It's possible we see them and Target, like the prices now blaster, $100 a mega box or something like that, which is kind of interesting to kind of just meet the new demand. But yeah, that's some news that came out within like the last hour, that he did say that retail prices are going to be increased in September. So yeah, and maybe that correlates to like, maybe that's when Target is going to start releasing cards again once they up those prices. I don't know. But yeah, that's just something I thought was kind of interesting.
I feel like it makes sense. It's like, it's definitely
cheap.
Well, what they really need to do, it's not that they're all too cheap. It's just like the fact that I can buy like a blaster box of Panini Prizm that says Topps Heritage. Like that's that's where it needs to change. Like I feel like it doesn't necessarily need to go up to the prices of resale, but I feel like it would make sense for brands like Prizm, Select, Optic to be a little bit more expensive than say opening day, Heritage, NBA hoops, etc. So I could definitely definitely see them doing that. If they did that, unless they changed the prices dramatically, it wouldn't really impact demand too much at all. I feel like I mean, unless they raise prices dramatically, I feel like people would still be lining up for $60 Prizm blasters.
Yeah, but maybe less people, like
Less.
$1 margin on a box of Prizm, then maybe not people aren't gonna like camp out. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe that would of the like purely flippers. You know what I mean? Because it's no longer yeah, the flippers. Because it's no longer from like a profits their time potentially, but it might be still worth it for somebody like us who is willing to wait a little bit and save a few bucks on a blaster box. So maybe that would be the impact. We'll see.
Yeah, and with them probably releasing a lot of stuff online, I will say, in my last video, I was getting a lot of people like, it's impossible. Put in the time, and like if you really put a lot of effort into it, you don't need a bot to like get boxes on target. Like, yeah, they just release it at weird times. You just have someone that will send you the link, and it's definitely possible. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. A lot of people were saying that it's like not possible, but trust me, it's possible.
Yeah. I just like right now you find out when things get released from like word of mouth. Like I wonder like if they made it more of like a thing like on Fridays, then blasters or like Panini Prizm or whatever is released online at this time, and that like took the place of the 8 a.m. thing.
Yeah,
that's when I worry about the bots. If it becomes predictable,
that's so true.
Like that. So we'll see. They also have been working with the Dutch auctions. So I don't know, maybe similar on a retail format where like they release the blaster box at $200. People pick it up and then they slowly bring it down until stock is gone.
Yeah. With regards to like all the Walmart people out there, it looks like they're going to be following suit. I know in Washington they stopped selling sports cards like a long time ago, so I think that they're probably going to as well. Okay, next we'll talk a little NBA. NBA playoffs is right around the corner. We'll talk about like some maybe cards or players to look out for. Teams. Alex, what are the standings looking like? You got that pulled up?
Yeah, I got the standings pulled up. Now, really, where the intrigue is kind of around the play-in game. So that's going to be seeds 7 through 10. And right now, if the playoffs were to start today, and I believe that, so there's still potential for things to change. But on the Western Conference, the 7 seed is the Lakers, so they're looking off game. They're very close to the Mavericks, who are in front of them, so there's a chance, and the Trailblazers, a chance still that they could leapfrog one of those teams and make it out of the playoff. But it's looking like there's a good chance it could be the Lakers. At the 7 seed is the Warriors. So potentially, if things were to end now, the Lakers win a 1-game series against the Warriors, and I feel like even though as a Laker, that would be pretty epic to watch. Steph Curry try to put the team on his back against LeBron and AD. Probably would win, but I feel like that could be a really exciting game. Could totally see Steph going off for like 60 in like a big game like that. And then in the 9 seed, we have the Grizzlies. And the 10 seed, we have the Spurs. And those, are looking pretty locked into those positions there. So they would play first play-in game there. I feel like the play-in games are going to get a lot of hype. So I would look at some of the strong players on those teams for potentially, buying now and flipping after the play-in game if somebody has a huge game. So on the Grizzlies, I think John Morant is a great player to look at right now. I mean, we already all know about Morant, but his prices are pretty significantly down from some of their high points, and down when you compare him to like Zion. He's trending a little bit lower. So it might be a good if he, has a big game in the playoffs. We could see a spike similar to what we saw like Luka do last year when he had that good, so on and so forth. So I think he's an interesting one. And in the 10 seed, we have a Spurs. I don't really know about a lot of card intrigue for anybody on the Spurs, maybe Keldon Johnson, but
that's what I was thinking.
But yeah, I would look at some of the players on the Grizzlies, like more so Morant or maybe
Jaren
Jackson.
Yeah,
Jaren Jackson, Bane. Some of the players that are going to get more TV time there. So that's the Western Conference side. So that's what I'm looking at there.
And I will say, I'm going to say, if you're thinking of picking up a card of one of these players, it's better to get a player like John Morant or something who's kind of young, to where even if they don't go up during the play-in game and it ends up being long-term, or it's not a total bust, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So I would say same logic there, like Michael Porter Jr. on the Nuggets. Like he's looking pretty good, and he could have a really big playoff run, especially because Lang, and so he's probably the next best option on that than Jokic, and he has Jokic to like give him dimes all day, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's low risk in the sense that even if he turns out to be a bad investment for the playoffs, he'd be a good hold kind of for the long term process there. Moving over to the Eastern, that's another interesting situation near the play-in game. So right much locked up. So we can pretty much pencil these in. But in the 7 seed are the Celtics. So Celtics right now, Brown just got injured, so he's going to be out for the rest of the season. So it's pretty much going to be the Tatum show. Tatum, he could potentially go off. He's the type that can get like 50, 60 points in a but I think the Celtics are in a lot of trouble. I don't know if they'll make it out of the play-in game, and if they do, I don't like them against any of the teams above them. In the 8th seed, we have, so I think that's a really interesting team from a card perspective. LaMelo Ball, I feel like he's pretty much the 2021 hobby go. So I could see LaMelo performs well in a big stage game like in the play. So yeah, I'll be watching that. In the 9 seed, we have the Pacers. Pacers aren't really a super interesting team. They have a lot of injuries. Surprised that they're even in.
I know nothing about the Pacers, honestly.
Yeah, I just know that Warren is injured. I think like Miles Turner is injured potentially. That's all pretty much. Oh, they have Mal Brogdon. Brogdon, yeah. Sabonis.
Yeah.
Is that no? Yeah. So they have some good players, but I think they're pretty injured right now. The really interesting team to me is the one in the 10 seed, which is the Washington Wizards. So I feel like they're a team that can make some noise in the playoffs, especially Westbrook has actually like been playing pretty well over the last couple of weeks, like making smart decisions, helping them win games, and then still setting like astronomical records with all of his stats. So I don't think they're going to win, the championship, but they could definitely make it out in the play-in. I could definitely see them making out and making some noise against like the 76ers or the Nets or something in the first round. I feel like that could be a pretty epic series. And I do think that even though he doesn't have a lot of hobby love, over the last couple of weeks, people to give him his flowers for all that he's been doing. So I wouldn't be surprised yet if his card prices started to go up and then might be solidified at a higher level if he performs well in the playoffs. So yeah, any interesting things with those.
Any other, like, for the Wizards or something, are there any young squad that people should be looking out for, you think?
So I would say the biggest one is Hachimura. I feel
Yeah.
like I kind of skeptical at first just because I didn't think he had like he's not super skilled like shoot or like do any like super skilled things, but he's like a really solid rim running big, and he's really young.
Yeah.
So he's got a movement. So Hachimura is somebody who, you know, might we'll see. Trying to think. That's the only one.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind too. Guys, if you're in the chat, name a player that you guys think that we should talk about, like that you guys are hyped about, and maybe we'll talk about them or something. But NBA talk that we should do.
Let
me ask you this: who do you like better, or who do you think has a better future, LaMelo Ball or Ja Morant? I was just thinking like about that LaMelo card that you just pulled. Like how good is what's his ceiling looking like?
So it's interesting. Morant is like more athletic, right? He super dunker, all of that stuff. But I feel actually I would say LaMelo has the bigger upside, and really it has to do with his height, his position, and how he's like already one of the best passers. You know what I mean? He has like a specific skill. I feel like Ja Morant has a super bright future, and I mean he could end up being better certainly, but he has more of the typical skills of like a guard in the NBA. But I feel like LaMelo Ball is a little bit more unique. His ceiling higher, I'd almost floor lower. You know what I mean? Like I still think LaMelo's a little bit more high risk.
Yeah.
So
really good still, and of course Zion is really good. I'm just Brandon Ingram, what his future playing next to Zion. I feel like I don't know. I don't really like them together, honestly.
That would be I mean, I love Ingram. I feel like as Laker fans, we like watched baby Ingram like back when he was like a baby giraffe, and now he's like an NBA player, which is like cool to see. But it's also like just like I thought he was pretty terrible at first, to be honest, and now really grown and like proved a lot of people right in a way.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he's not on for very much longer, because that team, they need changes. They're not even going to make the play-in game. They're in the 12 seed right now. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA, right? Yet they have Zion. Like they have all those players that you just mentioned, and so I think they're going to try to make, and they're not getting rid of Zion. So I feel like I like Ingram as an investment, but I think he's going elsewhere.
Yeah. You know what's crazy that I was thinking about? Like, these guys play with Kobe. Like, I feel like the old Lakers.
Some of them.
The old Lakers that everybody thought they're bums. They're actually pretty good now.
Yeah, I feel like that shows like need with like NBA young players.
Yeah.
And it takes about 5 or 6 years, especially when these guys are drafted as old, right? Like, there's still a long ways to go. So you really need some time before you give players something. And I think in the Lakers days, they made expecting those players to be good too early. Like they were relying on them still kids, and basically, I mean, that's part of the reason that they were able to get AD and like had those pieces away too. So yeah.
And the one piece they have left is trash. Kyle Kuzma.
I disagree, but yes, I know what you mean. We're talking about Kuzma.
Kuzma.
Kuzma, good, but what you mean.
So now we'll just talk a little bit. I'll just run through some of the upcoming card releases that we have. Nothing like too crazy in the immediate future. Next Wednesday we have Contenders basketball, the hobby box releases, and then with no in-store Target releases, like I wonder like how people are gonna get Contenders and all. But yeah, so that's coming out kind of interesting. I don't really like Contenders. I didn't like Contenders football. I've seen some pictures on Panini's Instagram. They look sick. They look really sick, but of course they're just showing off like the Anthony Edwards autograph. Like, so that's coming up soon. You're not a Contenders fan, are you? Guys in the chat, let us know what you think of Contenders and if you're going to be trying to get it. Also, we've got, I think at the end of this month or something like that, Prizm Baseball, which could be kind of cool, which is probably like the best Panini baseball product. And if they had the license, it would probably be the best baseball product potentially. And then at the beginning of June, Prizm Draft Picks Football, which of course I talked about Score Football for this next year, and it's got a great rookie class from what I'm hearing. But again, the NFL jersey stuff doesn't come out soon, but it's still kind of dope. I feel like.
Draft Picks is pretty dope as compared to Score.
Oh, for sure. And you get all rookies, so or like.
Yeah.
Then genre.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Real quick. So with Score and Leaf Draft, even though long term we know that the NFL jersey stuff will be more popular than the college. What do you think of buying those products now and trying to sell them before any of the NFL jersey stuff hits the market? So it's like if I'm somebody who really wants Trevor Lawrence stuff and I just can't wait, jersey stuff, does that make sense to you?
No, it makes sense, but case with like any new product, like whenever a new product comes out, you could sell it fast for a really high premium just because the next thing hasn't come out yet. But if you're trying to like make short term like money moves, it definitely makes sense like to do that. I would like risky because like if you're not able to sell it for the price that you want, you have to hurry because the stuff goes down pretty fast, I feel like.
Yeah. I see it's like just after the draft, you know what I mean? And like sell them. But you're right. If I get stuck like holding them, those aren't the types that will their value.
Yeah, and I would say like if you're gonna do that, it probably there's like even better sets than Score. Like I would say Contenders Draft Picks is about to come out. Prizm Draft Picks. I feel like, and they're a little bit safer for long term. And then Honors Optic Basketball, which should be fire. Tops. Not too much is known about like the checklist or anything, but Cabrian Hayes is going to be one of the rookies in there. That's a pretty good one, and leads us into our
excited for that.
Thoughts on give us a little baseball card update.
Definitely. So we'll talk mostly about like the rookies and who's been doing really well this year and who has started out slowly. So some of these rookies were in the 2021 Series 1 Topps rookie class. Some of them weren't, so I'm assuming a lot of the ones that I talk about that weren't are going to be either in Series 2 or update or some future series that technically still count as rookies that maybe have already had rookie cards. Like, for example, Randy Arozarena still technically is a rookie this year, even though his rookie card came. The top performing rookies so far, I'd say there's kind of a pretty solid top three. One is Yerman. He's like 28 or 29 years older than the average rookie. He's been by far the leading rookie.
Oh, Alex, I think you crashed. Alex? Maybe that was my computer that crashed. Hello? Sam, you start. Let's see. Let's see. All right, guys. Comments of fire emojis in the chat. See that it's stuck on his face. So let me fix that. Let me try to hang up and call again. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is just wrap up this episode because Alex crashed. But that was the last talking point that we had. I'll take questions till 8:35 if anybody wants to ask a question. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take questions till 8:35 if anybody wants to. Hear me? I hope you can hear me. Do we even have anybody in the chat? Someone said I still can't believe scalpers ruined Target. Yeah. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing today? You guys got any questions before we sign off? Thank you all for watching and subscribing, and we're almost at 350 subs. Appreciate that. Yeah, he said internet died. Sorry, people. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got for this week. Let's see. Keep it going, Drew. Keep it going. Let's see. Should I open a pack or something? Should I open a pack on stream of something? Stream, let me know. Should I or maybe I'll just sign off with numbers and here we only got 3 people. Alright, whatever. I'm just messing around. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this week's installment of the Pop Report. I'm your host, Drew. The co-host, Alex. His internet died. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching this. Drop a like. Okay. All right. People are saying open a pack. But a pack of what? Let us see. Drop some fire emojis in the chat if you guys want me to open a pack so that we can get this interaction up and get some other people in the chat. Let's see. I have one. Dang it! I don't know why I said that. I don't really have a pack of okay, but they're dropping fire emojis. Huh? I shouldn't do it. All right, I'm not gonna do it. I was thinking, no, I'm not gonna do it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Topps Holiday. That is. Should I open that? A Topps Holiday pack. I'll show you guys. I'll just show you guys some random cards in my collection just to kind of pass the time. Let's see. Andrew Wiggins rookie. Anybody in the chat want that Andrew Wiggins rookie? 2, 3, 4. We got some Prizm. Let's see. All right, yeah. I'm just messing around. This is the Pop Report after hours. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe.
All right. Oh yeah, Yerman Mercedes, top performing rookie. Second, Jazz Chisholm is off to a super solid start. Let's see. Quite a few. And then in third is Adolis Garcia. So he's been also a top performer of 2021 and home runs this year. So that's the leader for all of the rookies so far. So Adolis, him yet? Check him out. Some of the disappointing rookies so far this year, because hype and haven't been living up to it. One of the biggest underperformers is Christian Pache. So he was one of the most highly thought of rookies going into the year, but currently he has, I calculate, the 4th PS of all the 2021 rookies. So, I mean, he can only go uphill. Drew and I have a pretty sick photo variation of his rookie card, so we're betting on him, but so far it's not going great. Really poorly performing rookie has been Edwin Rios for the Dodgers. Card was maybe 2020, but he was going to be really good, and then this year he's pretty much struck out every at bat, and he just got sent down to the minors, so he gone for now. And then last appointment, somebody that we talked about before the season or going into the season was Bobby Dahlbeck for the Boston Red Sox. He had a huge spring training, and so, you know, his prices got super hyped and pretty bad so far to the start of the season. So those are 3 players that are performing well and 3 players that aren't performing well. But baseball's a long season. We're still probably less than a quarter of the way through the season, so we'll check back in as the year goes on. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Alex, open the pack. Open. Do you have one?
All right. Are you guys down to open just a quick Contenders pack?
Oh no, that's not gonna have. That's not gonna have anything good in it.
I have Series 1. Optic. 2018 tops. What are the people commenters? More Contenders.
Let's see if we got any comments.
Update.
Anybody want a pack opening?
Hoops.
We're doing breaks.
More Series 1. Prizm Baseball. Draft picks.
Dang, you got a collection. Guys, what should he open? What should he open?
Those are all awful. There's a lot of options but they're not.
I say either Hoops or Series 1, or Top Series 1. What does the chat say?
What does the
What does
chat
the chat say?
Do we have any chatters?
We don't have any chat. The internet is trash. I don't know if that's a comment towards me or you, but
You.
It doesn't look like we got any chatters. If we don't got any chatters, then we someone said optic.
All right, I'm down.
You want to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's get some fire emojis in the chat if we should open this pack.
Whew. That was like the most high risk one.
That's the biggest one. For sure. Wait, is that your only pack of optics that you have?
It's the only pack that I have, yes. But don't you have a pack as well?
Yeah. Do you have any boxes?
At Star Stock.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then.
All right.
Optic. All right. Do it like open it in front of the camera.
Okay. All right, we're doing it. We're opening up some optic. This is live. This was not
planned at all.
We get fire here. Woo.
And oh my gosh.
What players are we hoping for?
Guys, what are we looking for? Of course, when we start opening it, there's like nobody in the chat. Or like, all right, we got some cards.
You're gonna see it before me.
All right, let's go. Go slow.
Yeah, can you read them out? Cause I can.
J.J. Watt.
Not great.
Patrick Mahomes. All right, we should be back. Let me just make sure. Just hold it there. All right, guys, we got disconnected for a second, but you haven't missed anything. All right, Teddy.
Okay.
Sterling. I can't read it, but trash. Drew Lock.
Trash. These cards look nice though. I'm big. Alright.
Okay, the rookie's Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I mean, it's an insert.
Oh.
It's not the most desirable Joe Burrow, but let's go.
This is one of our best optic hits still. Dang, Joe Burrow. Let's go. Pack opening worth it probably, right?
Yeah, close. All right, keep going. Albert, next.
Is that all right.
Rookie card, but
At least a rookie.
Sam Darnold. Next, Von Miller. Wait, is the rookies only in the middle? I think.
Probably.
All right, next.
Oh, DK Metcalf, nice.
Gardner Minshew, next.
Minshew and all right, not too bad right there.
Not too bad.
We did open up a fire Joe Burrow and a Mahomes as well, so
not bad.
What do you guys?
Let me see what that Joe Burrow optic, the rookies. Like $15. Dang, not great, but still got.
Okay. Got our money back.
All right, guys, that's it for the Pop Report today. Thank you all so much for joining us. Sorry for all the technical difficulties, but we'll be back next week. And yeah, signing up.